Alright. Welcome back, champions. It's a boy Live in Africa here, na bado tuko na Joy mwenyewe, and we have kama kawaida slow. So bado yuko huku, and we want to do some politics. We have at the bebe of the production room. Leo amemwa yeye akue huko, yani hataki kuja huku, but you know he'll be adding some thoughts on things that we'll be discussing. Slow, ulikuwa unasema you're talking about something before we rolled on.
Yeah, actually, thank you for having me. We are back again in politics, and actually I want to speak of something. Joy, the other day you were speaking about of the angel.
Talk to us.
Yeah, so Joy was speaking of a certain adage of the angel, you know. No, the devil, you know, than the unlike the devil. The angel you don't know. Yeah, easy words in
the devil you know, unlike the angel you don't know.
So I was contradicting. Yeah, and that I think that word is rooted in tyranny. It's rooted in tyranny because the tyrants they've already shown us who they are, you know. And now I think they are trying to
justify that sisi ndo tuko hapa. Sisi ndo tuko.
Yeah, they are tyranny. Telling us that they are tyrants, yes. But again, we can choose other tyrants. We can ignore them, leave them, and choose another tyrant. We can think that we may think that these are like having the blind eye. Having the blind eye on what is happening. No. I'm saying that let us not choose this other person because we already know this person. This person we don't know this person. So why should we choose him? He might be even more dangerous than this other person. No. And that can be wrong.
I don't think that okay, the whole concept maybe you're gonna build on that, but kuna timing. It's not all about that, by the way. Kuna timing is mean a lot of things. I think that is one statement that can mean a lot of things if you think about it. If you think about your concept, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
According to that the statement and the concept zinaendana sana. But unajua hiyo inaweza mean pia a lot of things. That statement, it's a statement that can mean a lot of things. The devil you know than the angel you don't know can mean a lot of things in a lot of times. To say it is
I think you are talking that came on the context of voting Maraga against Matiani, against other contestants. Yeah, and we know Matiani is. Now, this is someone who was we've known him. He's the one who brought this. But then, do you know Matiani is the one who brought the digital whatever? The decoders. How do you call it?
Matiani alileta hizo madecoder nini?
Yeah. That was Matiani.
Alitoa kwa aerial.
Yeah. Those are his works. Again, Matiani brought the yellow buses. The yellow buses. The school buses.
Matiani alisema buses zote za shule zikuwe kala moja.
Yeah. That's the views of Matiang'i. Another thing he brought this CBC thing. Although the CBC was Matiang'i and Magoa. They were, you know, Matiang'i was the CS, Magoa was the PS. Sindio?
But I don't think
Magoa was in charge of the neck.
Yeah.
Then the PS was this Belio Kipsang.
Belio Kipsang. Belio Kipsang is the CS of education.
PS.
Till date. Oh.
Uli nimkisia?
Belio
Kipsang.
Oh.
It's a color.
Only Kalenje.
So,
na CS wa education ni nani?
Saini mkisi fulani hapo.
Yeah.
So I think you have to pay a kitu. No. Like, okay. Matiang'i hapo na merits zake. Hizo ni mtakifanya. No. But in demonstrations, when we were demonstrating, when Kenyans were demonstrating, we were exercising our rights, right to demonstrate. It is in the constitution. We weren't doing something that is not in the constitution. The constitution allows it. I don't know which article is that, but it is in the constitution.
You are quite allowed. But yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Ndio hiyo weka ndio kama namba whatever. But unaona iko allowed with the same constitution that ikikupata ukijaribu kumess pia inaku, because it's a very thin line. Nakuwa a very thin line because you are allowed, but then when you're doing it, do this and this, make sure that, and you unajua this thing that the senator of women rep of Nairobi anapush say that there's protected sites that you're not allowed to protest, hata kama mko na protest ni nini, you're not allowed to reach those points. Hata nani ude Pasaris, yeah.
Do you think if you don't reach those places is saying? Do you think that those protests will have impact?
I don't know, but yeah.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
Lazima tu tufike huko ndo iwe na impact. Bro, sadia chajangu.
The protected places. Whom are they protected against? This is a question I asked last time. And someone said that the state houses are protected area. Who?
I wouldn't necessarily say a protected area.
Yeah.
Let's just say, as a country, there are things that run a country. There are things that are essential to the growth of a country.
Yeah.
For example, when we have a state house.
State house is essential to the growth.
It is essential because that is where some deliberations takes place. Yeah. And then let's look at what else? A hospital. A hospital is where everyone comes, regardless of whether you're a bad person or a good person. This is where people come to get treatment. So the moment we destroy these things...
No, we don't destroy. Sina makes sense, by the way. But uko kwa state house,
state house, parliament.
Mbona tuingie na ufanye protest?
Yeah, and that is the question. You asked the question. That is the place where these rules that we are against are being made.
So tunataka kuingia hapo ndo impact flani.
We want to tell them that this is our place. We own this place and you should be respecting us. Yes, we respect that place because we want to go there and start destroying things. Yes, we respect that place. The only person we are going to pick, we are going to pick what we want. That is true. We are going to pick what we want. And going there is like, let me say, I wanted to use an example, but...
Bro, tuko live kweli?
Okay. So, last time the people went to parliament, sindio?
We the people
went to parliament, sindio? And if the people or didn't, if we had no respect for this house, we could have burned it down. It's true.
That is very true.
Actually, someone had started burning it, but it was stopped by the people. The same people
Who are protesting.
who are protesting. That tells us a lot. We are not here to destroy. We are here to rebuild. Now, when we went there, we wanted to show the members of parliament that we own this country. And that house, we are the one who took them there. And they can't, while making decisions, they should be considering us.
I agree.
And if they can't consider us, we will reach that place. And reaching that place next time, I think we'll just go there, sit, have our own speak, and make some rules. Which is against the constitution now, but we can do that.
Possible.
So,
you time to hata make rules,
so because actually you cannot shoot everyone. I don't think even if they have, then whom are they going to lead after killing the people? They can. We are going to lose population. I think there are countries losing population up there. South Korea, Japan, yeah. So before they do that, I think it is time, because the leaders start to realize that they are dealing with a learned generation, a generation which knows what is happening. You know, we have been enlightened to make a lot of things. And actually, in 2005 something happened. I think it's 2005. Is the man? I don't know. He went to join. He joined the older parties, the member of parliament of Nyali. How do you call him? Mohammed Ali. Used to run this program.
Yeah.
There's this point, Vichekesho speaks of something that happened in 2005. Who was in power in 2005? Kibaki was in power in 2005. There are two gentlemen who came to Kenya from Armenia. They are two brothers, Atul Sargasian and Atul Margarian. So their tours came to Kenya, and they were claiming to be what they were claiming to be. I think the OCS or what, something else. You see, these are new people into the country, but they are OCS. They sit in big meetings where the president presides. Big meetings.
But what was up with them? What did they come to Kenya to do?
Actually,
I'll have the name, but
Vichekesho was being it out, they came to sell drugs. Yeah, they are big bosses, and those who tried to go against them, actually they were killed. Only that being stopped. They were killed permanently. They were done away. They did away with them permanently. And there was this policeman, I think Alikiba OCS or Manine. He was a high profile policeman. They went to that man's homestead. Wakamtoa nje. Polisi walienda hapo wengi. I don't know if they were policemen or misjui, but they went there with their vehicle. Imagine kwa boma yako, they went there. Wakamtoa nje. The child was watching, he was 12 years old. Watching the dad being killed. Akapigwa marisasi vibaya sana. Because he was trying to follow up what their tools were doing in Kenya. That is what happened. A 12-year-old watching the dad being. That is in 2005. That was a leader that now we are praising. That happened. It's something wrong. So, again, they are told they came to sell drugs. They were not arrested. They were not charged. They were allowed to go back freely.
So how say, okay, what do you mean? Like, these people came to Kenya to sell drugs for a period of time, and then drugs zikaisha waka left. They were like the
deal was done.
The deal was done. Which type of deal? Like
the drug deal.
Let me just look them up.
So there are two brothers.
In Kenya.
I think you could.
The saga of Aturu brothers who enjoyed special privileges in Kenya. Narcos, the brothers, 6 billion cocaine mercenaries. KTN investigates Aturu brothers, the untouchables.
Yeah, actually, they were given special treatment because actually they were saying that. Can you ask your best friend? I think on WhatsApp. Yeah, I think he gave you good detailed information.
Details about Aturu brothers.
Who are the Aturu brothers?
Type name. Type.
So at least try to avoid dead moments while.
Yeah. Okay. So that happened. They're Aturu brothers. I think you can just get us.
This is about Aturu brothers.
Yeah.
Then
Just read us.
The Aturu brothers comprising of Aturu Magarian and Aturu Sargassian were Armenian nationals who gained notoriety in Kenya for their alleged involvement in drug trafficking and mercenary activities. Here are some key details. They arrived in Kenya in December 2005, posing as investors and quickly gained influential connection within the government. The brothers were allegedly shielded by senior government officials, including state house officials, and were even made deputy police commissioners. They were made, giving them access to sensitive security facilities. In 2006, they led a raid on Standard Group of offices allegedly to suppress a story about President Kibaki's personal life. This move sparked widespread outrage and calls for their deportation. After public pressure, they were eventually deported to Dubai 3 months after the raid. However, their departure was marked by controversy as they refused to have their luggage checked at the airport and assaulted immigration officials. The two brothers were suspected of being involved in drug trafficking, with some speculating that they were brought to Kenya to safeguard the interest of drug barons. A parliamentary report linked them to a cocaine syndicate and attempts to block investigations into grand corruption. A commission led by former police commissioner Shadrack Kiruki was formed to investigate the brothers' activities, but its findings were never made public, fueling speculation about the cover-up. The two brothers saga highlighted the extension of corruption and influence peddling in Kenya's government during Kibaki's time, damaging the country's reputation and raising concern about national security. I also tell someone, I also reported from commissioners.
Does that happen without the president's
No. Kibaki alikuwa anajua kabisa because they raided national group to go and suppress that story about Kibaki's personal life. So yeah, there were government's machineries. Kwa sasa Kibaki hakucheza kama yeye. Angeyeka tu siri. Una watu Ruto pia kuna watu kama hawa.
Yeah, but now no. Actually, I think Kibaki tried that, but I think there was a snitch in the room. There must be that snitch.
Mwenye alikuja akasema bana watu wanatusumbua hapa anaitwa huyu na hata si watu wao.
Or their tools were just too arrogant.
Yeah, I think so. Unajua, with the power that you are given, umekuja kwa new country, you've been given positions, unatoa asylum na gava. Unaona kama country ni yako.
Yeah, this things happens daily. Even before then, back then, the 30s, the 80s.
And then it was just careless.
Yeah, I think they were just arrogant. Yeah, and they thought that they were past the president. I don't know the deal they did with the president or how much they were related to the president at that point that they could just hold the deputy commissioner, whatever. So
kuja Kenya anapewa tu position, man.
Yeah, holding that position is silly.
Yeah, that's power.
And it tells you how the system works. That is not bad.
Najua tuna Kibaki nimebamba vizuri sana mbeyoni aje si kuja tutao hapo inanajia chakula itabidi nimezoea, but ni kama tu nitese.
But actually he did some good jobs. He brought us what? He brought us, how do you call it? Free education. Although it's not free, but water is free.
So what's your take on the presidents? Sisi tumezaliwa kama Kibaki, Uhuru Kenyatta, and now we have Ruto. Who do you think is really, what will you choose? What's your choice on the 3 presidents that I've just mentioned? Kibaki, Uhuru, and Ruto.
Kibaki ruled in a different era than today. Same with Uhuru, same with Ruto. But Ruto has been here in all these eras. Ruto has been in the era of Moi. He reigned in the era of Kibaki, then the era of, mostly too much in the era of Uhuru, because he was a vice president. So speaking on who ruled better,
Luko Kal ako hapa anasema Moi had Kamlesh Patni, who was worse than their 2 brothers. Who nani?
There was
Kamlesh Patni.
The Gold Saga.
Kamlesh Patni.
Yeah, the Gold Saga.
Kamlesh Patni, Moi's time. So,
speaking of these presidents, I think
kila president ni kama amechagua tu Muindia. Okay, these people are from?
No, they are 2 Armenians. Patni is an Indian.
Kamlesh Patni, Moi's time. He was born in Mombasa, Kenya, to a business father, and orchestrated the Golden Badge scandal, a gold smuggling operation that robbed Kenya of approximately 600 million.
By that time, $600 million.
$600 million.
Can you check?
And that was 10% of the country's GDP.
Imagine 10% of country.
We're charged with several counts of fraud after President Daniel Arap Moi left office. Charged with murder of a former bodyguard, later acquitted. Ran for parliamentary seat in Westland, position under the Kenya National Democratic Alliance, but lost. Awarded the Lifestyle African Achievement Prize for humanitarianism and equity by the Ghanaian Excellence Award Foundation. Acquitted of Golden Bag scandal charges after alikuwa acquitted, by the way, implicated in Al Jazeera investigation for Golden Bag. Ni kama this person alikuwa more of a smuggler, and alikuwa na more of easy because you don't be acquitted
that power
after stealing the country's $600 million, 10% of the GDP. Alafu unakuwa acquitted in 2023. Anakuwa in 2013. And then in 2023 he was implicated again in Al Jazeera's investigations for gold smuggling and money laundering in Zimbabwe, USA, and UK.
He's a real businessman, I'll say.
Patni's life include operation in various businesses, including a bank robbery, engineering firm, duty-free shops, and hotels that he ran all over the countries, both in Kenya, South Africa, UK, and US. Philanthropy. He founded the Hand of God organization and received an award. Controversies. He's involved in multiple scandals, including the Golden Bag scandal and the Zimbabwe gold smuggling allegation and the Nigerian gold. I'm saying mnoma, mse. Huyu sasa ndio mnoma. Kamlesh Patni, early life robbing Kenya 10% of.
Now you get to understand that this happens in every lane. That was
Moi's time. Because this is just
okay. We're just sampling a type of what.
Alikuwa charged in 2002 after Moi alikuwa
of corruption that have been down. That is one. Then this one in Kibaki, they are told. Uhuru, there must, because even Ruto there was this woman of the oil.
Unajua hawa wanakwaga more, hawa wanakwaga whatever. What do I say? Like I do something and then like you're the one who, ni kama I own a house and then but ni jina yako ndo naandika hapo. What do we call it? This word that you're more of my
trusting.
Like when we say the presidents are being elected, we think we elect them, but kuna wase wanaweka kwa hizo positions. Puppet, yeah. So Ruto akutuna
puppets. Yes.
Kuna mse wako, he's the one behind everything, but kuna ka puppet wake tu fulani.
Do you think it's different with the others?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Na Uhuru alikuwa na nani?
It is just
Because Moi had this guy, you know, Kamlesh Patni alitesa sana. Kibaki alikuwa na two
that's
brothers.
inquire from your friend. Yeah.
Who was most
there has to be something.
notorious in Uhuru's government?
That one is better government official. Who did what? Okay. What was the scandal during Uhuru's regime? What scandal?
There
hit?
was
Kuna Henry Rotich, Kamau Thuge, Mohamed Abdallah Swazuri, Farida
It's
Karoni.
just giving an overall view. We want
Someone who can, you know.
yeah. Like
Henry Rotich alikuwa the former Treasury Cabinet Secretary who was arrested and charged with corruption related to being related to 19.7 billion meant for dam construction project.
how much?
How much?
19.7 billion. Si kanu kibona
Who
hivyo.
also teach them?
Kamau Thuge, the former Treasury Principal Secretary, was also implicated in the Aurora and Kimwarer dam scandal and was nominated by President Ruto as governor of Central Bank of Kenya.
Oh, he's now the government central bank.
No. Mohamed Abdallah, the chairman of the National Land Commission, was among 18 officials accused of corruption in land of Kesa. Kuna sasa Farida Karoni, the former land cabinet secretary, was linked to a 20 billion scandal involving unaccounted funds in the Ministry of Land.
20 billion.
Mike Sonko, the former Nairobi governor, was arrested and impeached over multiple corruption charges and scandals of death and corruption in government offices and high-ranking officials that were accountable and confirmed. It's his impeach.
But I think that one of Mike Sonko was political because
Hiyo wanasema top officials.
Yeah, actually, in short, every government has its own demerits and merits. In short, and it is always weighed by the generations they are in.
So according to you, what are the merits of the current government?
The merits of the current government. That's a tough one. Okay, the merits of the current government, I think it's that the dollar cash
Bottom up.
I think that one, you know, Africa. The relationship between the dollar and the
cash.
That relationship.
But me, I hear that the dollar is where it was supposed to be. Ruto just pumped it up and then pumped it down. Because ukiangalia dollar venye ilikuwa pale ilikuwa 138, ikaenda 140, 150, and then it was supposed to be 160 huko, and then ikarudi tu tena to 140, then squeeze iko. So it just back to where it was in 1 year.
Actually, speaking of the merits of this government,
it's like fuel pia atafanya hivyo.
I don't think I can tell much because I'm not a government official because if I will say that the treasury disbanded the funds early this time round on time, then I, as a citizen, for me, I don't see where these funds are working. I don't see them in use for now. But now the treasury had already disbanded the funds. So the NGC, CDF fund, the county funds with extra whatever, with the remaining debts that they had. All of them were already paid in time. They had already been disbanded.
They have been disbursed.
Shit, man, disbursed. That is the right English. So, the finances have already been disbursed on time. That is one. Number two, I don't know about this government. I only know much of its demerits. than the merits.
So let me.
Okay, one of the merits again is Aslay Fund. Let us not forget. We had Aslay Fund.
Hiyo hata Bixby hajasema. Bixby anasema that some of the merits is the bottom up economy transformation. And then cabinet reshuffle because recent appointments and reassignments of the old ones redefined the government, and it is now focusing on enhancing service delivery, promoting economic growth. Kuna agricultural development where the nomination of Mutai Kagwe as the cabinet secretary for agriculture and livestock development is expected to address food security challenges. And kuna kama Lee Kinyanjui's appointment as cabinet secretary for investment, trade and industry signals the government's intent to prioritize economical growth and expand partnerships and boost industrialization's effort. William Kabogo's nomination to lead the Ministry of Information, Communication and ICT focuses on the digital agenda and transformation of e-commerce.
But according to me, Kenya nasikia hiyo kitu inasema is expected to. Is expected to.
But you see, there are things that Ruto has done, but people are not seeing it because there are people that we love to hate. Do you know there are guys that people love to hate? When we look at affordable housing, there's constructions that have taken place and several jobs have been created through that. Yeah. And then when we're talking about the Hustler Fund, he gave us that at least.
But Hustler Fund ni low tu na chukua manzeni.
But still, it was brought to us. It is something that he gave.
It's something.
Hey, when you found Ruto.
Okay, the thing is, I'm not a Ruto must go fan because I don't see anyone else who's going to take his place.
Jalas was saying in your podcast Mwakideo started a podcast last week. The first episode alikuwa na Jalas was saying yes, people are saying Ruto must go.
But then who
and wanasema kutoa Ruto. Unaona? Ni ngumu. Sana. Kufanya Ruto awe one term ni ngumu. Lakini kumtoa ni ngumu zaidi.
Yeah.
Because now ukishamtoa na iko na Raila na Raila ndio alikuwa like one strong person who can oppose the government. But now Raila iko na Ruto.
There is this thing
according to Sai, I don't know.
I think we have been made to hate certain regimes. Because for me, there are reasons why I might not support Ruto. And there are reasons that I
give us a personal thing, something inakuwa affect wewe peke yako. Achana na anything to do with aliiba hii, alifanya like something that inakuwa affect wewe. Why do you
personally not support him?
Let's not say hate. Why do you not like?
Where you
I don't like his government.
Why?
Because the Ruto's governance does not follow the constitution.
How?
It doesn't respect the constitution. At some point, not overly.
How?
One. The other time you had the what do you call it? The cabinet secretary for interior. He said the police should shoot. Though he rectified that, but he said it is already there. You know what? Once they come to your, they come out of your mouth. You can't control them.
Ever repeat that statement?
Words. Once.
No. Like what he did wrong there?
Yeah, he said they shoot to kill things.
Ruto.
Not Ruto. I was speaking of the.
Oh, Murkomen, yeah.
And now he rectified that, which for now he had already said it. He can't control it. It is already there. We added that this person said that we should be shot. Should be shot.
Give us something that really implicates Ruto on your personal life.
Ruto. Murkomen works under Ruto.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, everything that Murkomen says.
Okay.
Ruto must have.
On that, yes.
And maybe he has no control over it, or maybe he has control over it, but there's a huge maybe.
But
there is a huge maybe. You see, when we talk about, let's look at what Murkomen said. It was wrong. on all accounts it was wrong. There is no way to justify it.
Yeah.
But then let's look at what Ruto said. Ruto said, shoot in the leg, let them go to the hospital, and then they'll have their day in court. Ruto didn't say shoot all protesters in the leg. Wenye wanavunja mali ya watu.
He didn't specify that.
He did not.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe any wordplay.
Do you know how these people work? Do you get to check their words and their doings?
Yes.
Okay, that is let's say that is one thing you heard about Ruto's government on a personal record, that boys wake Murkomen alisema shoot to kill, which you know you can be shot to be killed anyway because when mtu unaenda Nairobi study huko, so yeah, that can affect you personally. Two, anything Ruto anafanya. I expect you to easy my points because
I knew Ruto back in 2007 when I was following politics too much. I was young, but I told you that's we used to be ODM members. So the first time I wore the politician cape was the Raila Tosha time. Yeah, I think it was on 204, 205, something there. When Raila resigned from
the time.
Yeah, I was very young, but already I was loving this thing. So, the Ruto was a minister. He worked in the agricultural sector. That is where I think I knew him very well. Ruto had a scandal on the maize whatever. And that is why Ruto is seated in Eldoret till date. You see, the other day the people of Eldoret came out and they protested. Do you know why? That is the reason. That scandal. Again, in I don't know if I'm right of the year. Was it in 2013? When it was Ngilu was the.
That was in 2009.
No.
He was the Minister of Agriculture in the coalition government.
Yeah, and he was working with someone called how do you call this man? The MP from Suba South. Karoli. Yeah, and now Karoli is now a saint, and the Suba people elected Karoli against Mbadi. I don't know why. They tell us maybe they are just the same kind. So again, that is one. Number two, Ruto was a vice president, and his vice presidency tenure, he worked with this lady, Charity Ngilu. Charity Ngilu was the minister of land that time. No? And Ruto took, I don't know if he bought it or he grabbed it, but the kids, the pupils protested Langata Primary. And that is where Western Hotel is at now. They have been elected there. And the pupils, the young people were tear gassed. They were tear gassed. They were tear gassed. Yeah? That is one of the reasons that I hate Ruto. I think
now let me tell you, huh?
Yeah.
Weakling claims that Weaklings alleged that the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga was the mastermind behind the scandal, the maize scandal, attempted to suspend Ruto as agricultural minister to divert attention from his family's involvement.
Who says that?
WikiLeaks. Alleged. It is alleged. WikiLeaks alleged that the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga was the mastermind behind the maize scandal.
But for us, what we were brought to is that Ruto did it.
Yeah.
Actually, Fidel was also among the.
Did that affect you personally?
Yeah.
Personally,
I'm a Kenyan. Actually, it affected me in a certain way. Because
personally, in a certain way. We're not using it affect us Kenyans, but I'm looking for the personal ones. Nikitusima zako, itakuaffect naturally.
Actually, let us not be personal, because actually, personally, if I meet Ruto today, we'll talk. As people know it, as human beings. But now in governance, I think we only define governance. How we govern and what I think should be done.
You know what? Do you know? Okay, it's not like I'm a fan of Ruto, but I've realized that in this regime of Ruto, kuna regime yenye
has been entered.
I don't know the people behind it, but the hate imekuwa advertised, ikaingia kwa wasee, vibaya sana that you hate this guy without even knowing like personally
let me tell you.
Mimi nikiambiwa like mimi if I say that I don't not hate is a strong word, don't like. Mimi nikiambiwa like sahi I don't like Ruto. Why? I don't like Ruto because the governance. Number one, nitasema vizuri that governance ya Ruto ili cost life ya Gen Zs wengi sana when waliingia parliament that they didn't have to kill those people. That is because one of my friends died due to hiyo protest yenye ilikuwa against Ruto, because Ruto was the one who was allowing, because Ruto is governing. That is just number one. Number two is I hate the fact that Ruto is governing this country from his house. He's the one who does everything. He's the Minister of Finance, Minister of Agriculture. He's the one who does everything. Kila mtu anapewa order yake, kila kitu inatoka State House. Hakuna mtu mwenye kwa hii government ya Ruto. That's why I don't want to blame anything. Maybe kuna wenye wameact because of their personal gains. Hata huyu maliwa the one from Mama Bay. Hata nani? Yeah. Maybe ameact because personally alikuwa na some personal thing kuhusu na Ojwang, unaona. But let me tell you, everybody in Ruto's government acts venye Ruto anataka. Unajaribu tu kupinga kidogo venye anataka because the country is being run from State House. He's the one who ana decide pesa kama hii inaenda county, hii inaenda hivi, hii inaenda hivi, like that is involved in things that he should not be involved in. I feel like the government inafaa iwe na a link yenye iko tu so independent on its own. You know, like the court thing, the court arm, like there's arms of government that should just be independent on their own.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
In today's government, naona ni kama naona Ruto controls everything and they know.
Now on that
and that affects me personally.
Yeah, you see, on that I want to correct something. Ruto did say what I said he said. Alisema wale wanachoma biashara za watu. That is what he said. And anyone who wants to stone me, it's fine. I actually do agree with him. Listen to it from my perspective. Yeah, I get 10,000 shillings. I start my business. I build it from the ground up to a point that it is worth 200 million Kenya shillings. And then you, because you are a protester, you're fighting for your rights. You come, loot my property, burn my building in the name of Ruto must go.
That is wrong.
It is
actually,
wrong, isn't it? So what Ruto said was, wale wanafanya hiyo, shoot them in the leg, let them go to the hospital so that they can face their day in court.
That is true, Jai.
Yeah. But that one was on what Ruto said, and I wholly support that. And another thing, what you said, for you to actually critique a government, for you to hate a government, for you to not stand by a government, you need to have a reason why personally. You can't do it because the country is like, no. Personally, how does it affect you? I was looking at this Ruto thing, and I was asking myself, if we remove Ruto right now, who is going to take his place, who I see is worthy of that seat? And the only person I could think of was Raila. I love Raila so much, by the way. Nothing, to me, I just love the guy. Yeah?
Why?
Of all the things he has done for this country.
He's made a lot of sacrifices.
He has fought for the country. And I usually see him as the most successful politician in Kenya. Every single government that comes in, he fights for what he wants, but then somewhere along the way, there is always a handshake, yeah? When they negotiate and they say, this and this works for me, and he goes for it. And then the one time, Raila, this time now, there is a time where people were saying this thing, fuck Raila, fuck Ruto, just because Raila went with Ruto. And I was like, what's wrong with you people? Just because he's not fighting your cause doesn't mean the cause he's fighting is a wrong one. Maybe he sees something that we do not see. So before judging something, we need to understand.
I love the type of grace that you guys give. The fans of Raila give Raila. You understand statements. Maybe he's fighting a cause that it's not our cause, but maybe the cause is not right. Like napenda mafano Raila, mao ni madaya sasa. Madaya wa Raila wanatumia hizo words like ni mzee, mpe time. No. Hata kama yuko na sisi sahi, anaonaga mbele, unaona? Uni mtu we
and it is seen from the things that he has, from the way he has fought for Kenya, from the way he carries himself out. I just admire the man. And then let's look at Ruto. The moment Ruto came in, people have been opposing him left, right, and center. This is his third year, yeah. Let's look at the debt that Kibaki accrued. It was how much was it?
Debt.
Yeah. When Kibaki took reign, it was at was it 1.8 trillion? But then when he left, it was at around 1.89. I think so. And then when Uhuru took reign, when he left, it was at 8 point something, meaning he accrued 6 point something trillion, yeah,
okay,
by the end of his reign. And then at this point now, we are already at 10.8. So when we look at the...
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When Kibaki left office in 2013, Kenya's public debt stood at approximately 1.89 trillion.
And when Uhuru
left, it was 6.67 trillion.
By now?
Hiyo ni difference big sana. So you know what like Jama?
There is that one, and then Ruto.
About when Ruto?
Because I know Uhuru aliongeza with 6 point something, so you were at 8 point, and then Ruto sahi ameongeza mpaka we are almost at 10.8, I think so. I'm not sure, confirm. So
11.5 trillion.
11.5 trillion. So it's more than what I anticipated, yeah. So you see, when we look at
it has surpassed Kenya's public debt has surpassed 11.5 trillion to fuel by Ruto's borrowing since he succeeded in Uhuru. So you see, the reason why I also don't wholly blame Ruto, he inherited an already broken system. You see, we were already so far gone that all he's trying to do is he's trying to catch up.
But then, coming to think of it, I'm sorry for interrupting, but quite compelling. Ruto was part of the...
Uhuru aliacha na 8.5. Ruto sasa shapeleka hadi 11.
Yeah.
Was Ruto not part of what broke the system?
Because it was in the system until the second time yenye Uhuru aligoteana na mzee mwenye sasa amegoteana na yeye
second in command.
Yeah, he was the second in
command. So
he was very much in the system. Very much.
The thing is,
if I inherit, ninatoka out of from nowhere, but this guy
finding something new.
Uko hapa na mimi niko hapa. Nani babe tunafaa kunini? Babe tunafaa kufanya. Babe tunafaa
at that point who can legally sign the documents and say that now I am borrowing? It is the president, yeah? So it is the president names that.
Speaking
the
of that,
president's name, just a minute. The president's name ndo iko hapo, si ndio? So when Ruto became president, this is the debt we have. Yeah, he was in the system. He was part of it. But right now, he's at the head of it. Now he makes the big decisions. Meaning he's still trying to catch up. And in 3 years, he has tried. The truth is he has tried. He's not where we want him to be. But the problem is what we are seeing is what he has not done. We are not seeing what he has done.
Do you know something, Joy? Ruto was the vice president back then. That is something that we must speak about, even if you don't understand. Because he was the second in command, and there's a time Uhuru was going to Hague, and he was given the chains of power to God. This same Ruto. This same Ruto, I told you, grabbed. I don't know if he grabbed or I don't. Please check about the land saga, the Langata primary land saga, where Western Hotel now is at. The Langata primary land saga.
The Langata primary land saga?
Yeah. Which Ruto took and built Western Hotel at. And pupils were tear gassed. I think that was in 2013. And those pupils who were tear gassed, I think that
Western Hotel inakoga yake?
Yeah. They are the people that are now the Gen Zs that are protesting. These all are pains that have been inherited, you know. They have been accumulated actually, you know. We have accumulated this pain from 2009 to now, and now Ruto is the president. We have accumulated these pains. Now, but then now again, something that is wrong with Ruto, his communication team is weak. The communication team of Ruto is weak. Then when they speak, you think that actually you already know that they are lying. Yeah, you already know they are lying because they sit you down, they talk, they tell you this and that, then you now try to do these things, then nothing happens. You see? So the communication team of Ruto is weak. And I think Ruto has some moles in his government who wants him to go home. That's another thing.
You see now, those are conspiracy theories.
No,
they are. You think. You don't have proof that they exist, yeah?
But
you don't have
according
proof.
according to what happens, it shows. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, some because actually nothing happens like things don't just happen. They say things don't just happen unless there have been what? Like I say Chiemo Okbedi Kapokote Utede.
You see, okay, I hear what you're saying, but when we talk about what something of that sort, yeah, and you see when we are talking about whenever you speak of the president of a nation or the leader of something, and you claim they've done something, make sure you have proof.
That is true.
Ensure you have proof.
Just I want to add on it. The lawyer of the hotel says Ruto doesn't own the hotel. Claims.
And the lawyer
of Western Hotel says Ruto doesn't own the hotel.
Joy was saying, President Ruto said, those people wale ambao wanafanya nini? Wanachama maduka ndio wanapigwa risasi.
The statement is there.
Believe me. That's
listen to it.
Yeah, the people's were tear gassed by police during the protest.
Yeah.
In 2015.
2015, exactly.
And William Samoei Ruto is linked to the hotel.
Exactly.
And owns the hotel, but the hotel's lawyer, which is Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, claims Ruto doesn't own the hotel.
That is 2015.
The thing is, I'm not saying Ruto is an angel. I'm not saying he's an angel.
Actually, he's not.
I'm not saying he has done no wrong. All I'm saying is, you see, all these leaders we've had, we've even seen their history, Sindio.
All I know is nigga.
No, but now we are
strong enemies when you're advertising.
Now we are speaking.
And they are all.
And they want me to feed
let's even think about the interview Matiang'i had the other day. So intent on opposing the government, but when you look at the things that he has done, you remember the murders in Rivayala. He's not talking about that.
No, let us not speak of Matiang'i.
Yes, I know you could again.
But those are the prospects that are there for
just
the
be
president.
against the government.
Let us go in.
We have to speak about them because those are the prospects we have for the next
government.
government.
Let us speak of one person, and let us go to that. Because actually, the Gen Zs, they don't want all of these people.
Whom do they want? That is the point. That is my question.
They want a new blood. That is why they went to demonstration on the 25th June. 2024.
Let me tell you, you know, the demonstration on 25th June was about was about whatever the financial. Yeah. And I totally agree with that, bro. But yes, I squeeze imekuwa watered down.
Yeah, it has lost course. That is true. It has lost course.
Na tukubaliane to that side.
Now it has lost course because what we wanted. Even before that protest, there are things that were tabled. The Gen Zs wanted everyone to go home.
I will go back to your word. It's better the devil you know than an angel you don't know. Me sikuzi nimechoka kupinga Ruto mse.
No, actually,
so kama umechoka ukae na devil.
Let me tell you something. I always think
devil akona baba so
I told the youths this. Yeah, I told the youths this.
Baba ameamua huko so
Africa, I told the youths this. It is not time for politics.
People faith,
we had already elected leaders, and our leaders should have 5 years for them to work. 5 years of work. Then in after that 5 years, we go sit back and we elect them. We do election. But we know very well, it has been instilled in us that elections are not always fairly done. That is what we have been fed by the system that we have. Odinga is a friend to Joy. As the subject he has been.
Raila is the longest serving president of Kenya. Who do it? The longest serving president.
And he has told us that the elections are not always fair. Even if you ask Odinga today, have we ever had
a fair election?
He will tell you the last fair election was done in 1997. Or I will tell you 202. that was the last fair election. Odinga will tell you that.
Moi, by the way. Yeah.
That is the last day we had a fair.
Did they really remove Moi? Sina dhani Moi alidecide kutoka.
But he alipick nani Uhuru na kaeka hapo. So umejua Moi pia angedecide kuenda unfairly, Uhuru angewekwa hapo na a rule without Kibaki winning fairly.
But these are two Kikuyus, you know, these are Kikuyu against a Kikuyu. So I think walikaa tu kwa meeting wakakuwa na lugha yao.
That question.
Well, kwa boys wangu. No. But wewe pia ni the same type so fanya hivi. Kuna vitu zenye nilikuwa namtaka wewe preso because kuna hii na hii yani nimejenga yenye staki. I don't want you guys to clear off these buildings and this land and this land. So wewe pia ukikubali tu that uta maintain.
Africa, speaking of that,
I'm telling you,
even the whites didn't give us the independence.
Huh?
Even the whites, they didn't give us independence.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
Might be true.
I don't think they ever gave us the independence. Sasa mimi nadhani it was a deal. Kenyatta walikana the whites chini na have a deal na cheki. Najua tumekuwa tukirula hapa. Na ni hivi, hizi land na hii land hapa tuachi tu. Tunajua hii land yetu but cheki tumekaa hapa for a long time. So hii na hii ukitaka tuwe preso fanya hivi na hivi.
And that brings me to the point.
I'm telling you
which is wrong with this generation. The other time we spoke. We said that the Gen Zs are leaderless. They are worthless again.
Tribeless,
mindless,
fundless.
Everything was less.
Shortless. And that is where they lose. That is where the whole thing goes out the window.
Reading from history, we learned that every time we have these movements, there are those who sit at the table to discuss issues, and those are the leaders, and there are those who fight on the ground.
Yeah.
Today Russia is fighting, which country is that?
Ukraine.
And there are no people sitting at the table.
There
are no soldiers fighting. They are. So that is what is wrong with the
I think the problem hata mimi niko sure that side tungekuwa kwa gava as Gen Z. Imagine if we had a leader. We had a leader on that 25th protest. Tulikuwa tuna leader fulani Gen Z wote tunajua ndo ule mse. Man,
we could have been somewhere.
I'm telling you. Actually tulikuwa tumepata ka prime minister ule yetu amepata
we have a president who is also a human being as us. The challenges Ruto face anyone can face. That is one thing we must conform to. Again, and we don't want to engage this man because you know we might be running all around saying that Ruto must go, but the people pushing us saying Ruto must go are gaining something. That is true. That is true. People from have you ever seen Gaido in the street? Gaido, he posts that today we are going to have a protest, but have you ever seen him in the streets? You won't see.
Now you see why I love Raila.
You know. But
we are going to do this and he'll be there.
No, but again, actually, I oppose Raila.
Why?
Huh? Why? You ask me why. Raila joined power with someone he said he could, but that is now
politics. That is a very big thing. Don't put it on your heart, bro.
But
things change.
But why I blame Raila is where I blame Raila is the point where he's saying that he's giving now experts. He's giving experts. And now the experts are people like Mbadi. Who are the experts? Joe and
bro, you know, just Raila is doing something that you could have done, anyone else could have done. Umeenda ukanikisha na mse amepigwa uona makatels ka wote, yeye alikuwa nadhani anaweza na amejua yeye hawezi. Ndio akasema cheki rao, wewe ndio ule mse. Wewe kama hivi tubonge. Tunasema the only way tunabonga ni kwa maboys wangu fulani. Unajua mimi ni mzee, siwezi kuwa kwa hizo positions zote, but juu kuna umenipea maybe positions ka 7 hivi ama 10, niko na maboys wangu wamekuwa die hard wangu vizuri sana. Baadaye unajua hata nilimwambia asivai tu kuwa governor. Angeshinda tu, but nilipea Wanga because you know Wanga pia alikuwa anataka hiyo shit. So nilimpea a woman, nikamwambia badi wewe tulia. Ametulia sana na umeje pia every day sa baba rada. So lazima
those are the traits of a true leader.
I'm telling you, lazima ali consider as a what you una understand when you are position ya these CSS na everything walikuwa tu maboys wake. These are people who is either umesacrifice kitu big sana for baba ama when boys. You know, mtu kama nani Joe ni boys wa baba, because baba goes to Mombasa ni yake because of Joko. Joe anafanya
Mombasa, I think Raila sits on power.
Yes, sir.
In Mombasa, Raila sits on power. Rooted, he picked the powers from Odinga.
I know.
Odinga used to have power.
Joe pia akona power.
Raila gave power to Joe in Mombasa.
Yeah, and Joe amekuwa like a loyalist. You know, like baba anasema right, Joe ni right. Nigga kwa ipinga, like wale ndo wala toyo wake yenye you must just award these children for being disciplined. I only like the disciplined kids.
That is true.
Huyu lazima pepa.
But now, speaking of Raila's problem,
me, I don't think anyone has a, you know, like leadership positions. Me, I don't think anyone has a problem. Raila, Gachagua,
everyone has a problem.
No one has a problem.
No, let us not just conform to what.
This is the shida. I'm telling you.
Let us not conform.
Let me explain.
We can
Let me explain why I don't. Okay, let me explain why I don't think how was your kona shida. Ni sisi ndo tuko na shida. Because from what Andrew Tate says, anything you see on the news is not for you. Get ahead of yourself. You know that's special. Ati Raila penya naenda na Ruto penya naenda na vitu amefanya na makosa yake atakudisplay hapo na sema yenyewe cheki nilikosea na juu mimi ni prezo lazima niwaambie but poleni sana. Get ahead of yourself. You know that's special. What mmepewa hapo muone kama ina mess up CV ya Ruto. Jua hiyo kitu hapo anataka uone. But kuna two snitch plan hapo kwa hizi TV station rooms and everything ame find out. That's why there's to have a journalist who dig some dirt and ame expose kitu kama hiyo. But normally Ruto yeye anataka tu kwa news muone venye yale kwa fulani ame launch kosi fulani. Anataka tu CV yake fit.
Do you think if the news doesn't
Raila and Ruto and everybody wako busy. Ni wale watu wanakaa chini wanaambiwa fanya hivi ni 6 points. Ni trilioni moja kwa hapa. Na mzee chukua 300, mimi nichukue 300, huyu achukue huyu na huyu achukue hivi na tutulie. Na unajua wewe sasa fanya triso yako utafanya nao unadai. Huyu pia atafanya na yake vya anadai, but just make sure that you know watu wadogo wapi utawapea kidogo ndio wasiongee sana. And that is how everything is run in the world.
And now you want us to go with that. You want us to agree.
No. I don't want you to agree on that. Yeah. It's not a story of I want to agree or disagree. Yeah. It's a story of ukisha accept, you know, that is how it happens. Then you will form your own route. You know, utaform route yako ya success based on venye vitu zina happen, because open your eyes, man. We all know what happens. Tuna route to up around, tuna yapi up around, but by the end of the day we all know that these are two people who made a deal, like Raila and Ruto. You know, your MOU.
Where they can both benefit.
It's a total deal on nakuja mbogi yangu, alafu wewe unatoa mafala yako fulani hapo kwa hizo position, alafu nachukua mbogi yangu na hapo wakule do how pia, because it's in a route all about the money. It all comes back to the money. Then wakisha kwa hapo sasa tuna realize that hiyo position yenyewe Ruto amekaa pale hapo hivi sahi anakona Raila wakati wana discuss shit wanasema yenyewe huwa ni wezi na huwa ni wezi, so acha wayapo.
For me, I'm not conforming to the Ruto must go thing. That is number
all I'm saying.
Number two, I think we are doing a disaster if we want to accept the fact that these are the way things are always.
No, not accepting. Knowing, ukishajua, you know, like not accepting, knowing. So unajua ukishajua, you know, ukishajua you will act according to what you know. Ni kama sasa unajua vizuri that Ruto is a good man. Kumaanisha anything that Ruto says utakuwa unachukua no, he's a good man, so he's honest. But when you already know that Ruto is a liar, it's been proven that he is a liar, because from the TikTok videos, he is someone who crams people.
What you want?
And a cram.
What you are trying to
do. You should.
What you are saying?
You are naive to even listen to what he says.
Now we already know. What are the solutions?
Yeah, if you already know that is solution ni moja, unajua ni muongo na atakuja hapa na danganye. So what should you say? What should you do? You should, maybe if you are so against him and you are serious about him, then you should crown a leader who you know very well that anaweza surpass so much influence and power that akigo against him in the ballot in 2027 atamshinda.
Yeah.
You know, And if you can't do that, then just shut the fuck up and fanya biashara yako yenye ndani na Ruto.
Which is to say that, you know, what Gen Zs are doing right now is saying what the problem is. What we already know the problem. Now give us a solution. That is what we want. So,
kama ni kwenda kulilia mama tutaenda
then what else are we getting out here? Who are we getting? Who are we going to put there? Who is going to be above all of this?
Yeah.
Who is going to be better than him?
Because what I know is with the Raila now in government, I think we can achieve a lot of things that we couldn't achieve now venye Ruto alikuwa gava peke yake. Unaona sasa tuko na at least an alliance fulani ya kwenda tu kwa baba na kumwambia, you know, that people who can really talk to Raila actually vile tunaongea hivi, and you can go to such a person na aende tu baba na mwambie, you unajua ni aje sahi uko na boys wako sahi kumaanisha sahi unaweza muongelesha hivi na hivi nasikia bila kwenda demonstrate matiaga sahi nyinyi ni maboys mnaweza ongea. Kuna historia sha ni noma manze. Kuna venye yes najua ni do yake anataka because it's all about the money. Ametoa hii ili yeye pia make do yake. I'm telling you, after Ruto president atakuja, president atakaa tena atatoa yosha aongeze jina lingine. It's all about the money, you know, of how to make money. This is someone who didn't have this much money na nataka have a lot when he is going.
Now let me
this is different from Kenyatta or Moi, who comes from a rich family.
He's telling us why he blames Raila.
Let me tell you why he blames Raila. Raila claims that he is the one who has taught us how to demonstrate.
Where did he claim that? Where did he claim that?
Yes, in the video. So he's the father of demonstration.
He's the father naturally. We all know. We see. He doesn't even do.
Raila used to call for demonstration on petty issues. That is number one. Some petty issues.
Like?
Just tell me one petty
issue yenye ameitia protest.
Some petty issues.
Like, give us an example.
They're there. But
I'm not supporting Ruto. I'm not. Like, don't even miss. I'm not supporting Ruto. I'm just saying that now that Rawa Kopale na Raoni boys, there's a way that, okay, say I have an enemy. You're my enemy, you know. But Joy is your friend, you know. Mimi sina kuchukia because kuna venye unatuumiza pahali. But I can access Joy. What I do, you know, kama najua vizuri siwezi ku access na uko kwa position nyingine noma. I go to Jana ambia Joy ni aje fanya hivi man. Uni boys wako sahi. Na mimi namchukia. Mwambie afanye hivi na hivi tu. I'm telling you that thing sahi, the decision size in your Ruto is make peke yake. Do you know that?
That is true.
There's some sahi na mpidia consult ama ambia rao cheki rao unajua cheki hapa ingekuwa tu au kwa government hapa ingekuwa hivi. Ningeka tu huyu kiplaga tu wangu ningeka hapa juu. But wewe pia huko na najua utataka mzee wako pia kaya hapa. So fanya hivi. Si wangu akaya hapo minister alafu yeye akao deputy yake. Chukua tu mjado fulani akaya hapo deputy. Unaona? It's more of umemweka on check sahi. Raila amemweka on check sahi in that they can always negotiate, not with protests, not with guns, but with kama maboys sasa.
Okay. That is okay.
And it's even better that way that Raila said lazima run kwa street.
So actually what we are trying to bring out is that the Gen Z protest was all about Raila being government and
No, Raila just took advantage of the whole thing.
He took advantage of
it.
Hey.
So just like any leader can do.
Yeah, for Raila to be Raila, it is the people. That one we agree now.
For Raila to be Raila, it is the people.
No, I don't agree with that.
It's the people.
No,
actually,
Raila is just Raila, but with the people,
no,
there is a level of how can I
Raila's power is built by the people. It's built from the people.
But
kama sahi unaona ni kama upcoming artist.
But you need
unahitaji subscribers ukianza.
Exactly.
Then kuna time point yenye Diamond Platnumz amefika sahi bro hata usipo subscribe he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He has 10 million subscribers na our two.
What I'm trying to say is he did not,
kama hivyo sasa.
When he has the love of people behind him, but people did not just start loving him. He made people love him. That is my point. Yeah. So he established himself. And then we fell in love with what
people didn't agree. People didn't agree that kutoka leo tutakwenda rao.
He made us
how did he make the people
reforms and sacrifices?
Building. He gave himself his brand
on the right track.
He made a brand.
He's always on the side of the people.
Yes.
Hata sahi.
Hata sahi.
Yeah.
You know what Raila was saying about Shah? You know what Raila said about the
Alisemaje about Shah? Alisemaje about Shah? Alisemaje about
He
Shah?
encourages Shah.
Encourages Shah.
He talked about this
The nigga is observing umesema shit before. The nigga is observing table manners msee.
actually he's observing.
Because
But he doesn't
See you know kitu nimesema hapa. Ameona kitu watu wanataka and that is what he delivers. So in real sense,
think Raila is working for the people. He's working on the interests of the people. Or his own interests.
saa zingine mimi
both can be true at the same time.
Mimi I think both are true.
Yeah, both can be true at the same time.
But
unaweza kuwa una represent the people lakini
but you also working for
the
the
most.
to the most.
To the most?
Yeah,
Both.
to the most.
Zote tu if they both interest you ni nini.
So let me tell you, let's reason this way. Ndo nikuprove he's working for the people too. Raila Mbadi Simbadi akona mafans. Wake kabisa wale diehards. Joho si akona mafans. Wake diehards. Na wase wote tu wenye alimake wakuwe kwa hizo position sahi wako the CS positions, you know, the position that Raila, the presence of Raila nimefanya wase wakuwe kwa hizo positions, right? So hawasi wote sahi someone who loves Mbadi will hate Raila. Or someone who loves Joho will hate Raila.
Do you know how much I was Raila's diehard? You don't know. As someone will tell you, or someone watching podcast will say, I was very much there. Even the last election too, 2022. I was too much into it.
Mimi sioni kama sijaona kama Raila made a bad decision by being, because he's not support at a time he's saying very well that kwa hizo abduction he doesn't support those things. He says hata kwa Raila Ruto he rejects that. Ni kama wanakachina wale boys but check hapa no.
Hapa umeenda vibaya.
But they still
he corrected.
But they still happen.
No, they're not happening like they used to. You should accept it. I wouldn't be last year and this year. Abductions. No. Don't
support them because you are always going to be hit by this tomorrow.
I'm not supporting Ruto. I'm not supporting Ruto.
Not supporting Ruto.
I'm not saying that sahi. I'm glad that Raila is in the mix because like Raila si catalyst. Raila sasa ni kama ameenda reduce and I'm dilute kidogo. Hii ilikuwa ni juice flani yenye without dilution ingekuwa ni noma.
Sahi think Raila could have diluted Ruto if it were not the 2025.
Of course.
No.
Okay, unakumbuka sasa. No, it is. Let me say the protest tulikuwa tunakuwa na Gen Z si tulienda. No, Gen Z tulienda protest once. Unaona? And yetu ilikuwa worse because tuliungana Kenya nzima that Ruto had to reshuffle things and blah blah blah. Ali reshuffle kila kitu ndio akapeana hizo, kuna positions zingine za ufala office of the wife of the president blah blah, hizo zenye alitoa that hata Raila angeenda kwa street aseme hizo vitu zitolewe zingetolewa. I'm telling you the truth because listen Raila zile we're talking about the protest that Raila alikuwa nao last year
2023.
You remember before June kulikuwa na maandamano nyingi sana every week. Unakumbuka hii maandamano every week?
It was for the Gen Z. It was
achana na Gen Z, before maandamano yote ya Gen Z.
Yeah, there was
Raila alikuwa na maandamano every week.
It was an election thing.
And they sat down. They wanted to do this.
Akina Ruto bado alikuwa anasema venye Raila bado is just someone who is
they gave the 10 people
when you walikuwa they were meant to talk this and this. Imagine
they
that guy
to talk
was not in government. He was not in government, but he could make the government listen and even select people. Afanye vitu msikize.
Ilifika wapi hiyo?
Ilifika. Gen Z came and disrupted the whole thing na Raka akakimbia na fame. Akakimbia na fame ya Gen Z.
That tells you how much if we are united we can do a lot of this. Because I see
every time tungekuwa united alafu tukue tu like Raila ndo leader ya Gen Z. Angekuwa preso you day.
See, we wanted him to be president.
But then, I don't know.
No, Gen Z walisema they are leaderless. Gen Z walisema they are leaderless.
But there is something you need to realize. The problem isn't even unity.
Yeah.
The problem is unity with purpose. We have unity. We have the numbers. But then what is our purpose?
We are not united.
We are Gen Zs are not united.
No, like last year when we held that
we were not yet still
your finance bill. Oh, we were united.
Your financial bill. The first time nilisoma your financial bill ni last year. Hata this year sijasoma.
Hata this year no one
we were united back then, and
last year
there was a purpose to that unity. Yeah, we wanted the finance bill to be squashed, and it was.
At least we had an agenda, we had a goal, but we didn't have a leader.
They lied. They didn't squash it. Actually, that is what.
Walienda kwa ipass jini December huko.
Kimani Chumba said it the other day that even the other bill we passed it and it worked, and this one again we passed it and they did nothing.
But at that time we did something and there was an impact, was there not?
There
we had a purpose and we had unity. And at that time we also had people who were at the helm, who were saying that who were standing for us, who were speaking for us. Si kila mtu alikuwa anaongea. Yeah, we were going for something that we wanted, we were speaking out, but then there were those people when walikuwa naitwa interviews, those people who were meeting with leaders.
Truth be told, we didn't know that itatokea kubwa venye ilitokea.
The big role.
We were just believing.
We were just believing that ocheke hatutaki finance bill na tutaenda parliament. We didn't really know that it will be that big. Hakuna mtu alikuwa anajua by the everybody from the interviews that I watched, hakuna mtu alikuwa anajua that itakuwa that big. Uko na mboge yako unakuta kumbe ile boys pia amekuja na mbogi yake. Kumbe hao sio so kan purpose pia wanakaa.
Hiyo time ndio waliongeza bei ya quota ama nini?
Yeah.
I think we had many issues that.
Yeah. I think like hakuna mtu mwenye like people didn't know. It was not something that people knew that itafanyika hivi.
The common man was also suffering. And that is what brought us this. So for now, I don't want us to talk on the line of going to protest in the name of.
Yeah, mimi all I want to say is, all I want to do is this. Mimi nilikuwa nataka, let's give this guy ample time. You know, hebu tumwache tu afanye ufala yake, unaona. By 2027 manze tumtoe. Ama tumwachilie. Kama amechange. Maybe the guy is really trying to change, but kuna watu wanaseli pia.
Don't talk of maybe. Allow Ruto to be who he is. He was elected. He is supposed to.
But he's a liar though. Unajua once a liar is a liar.
He's supposed to work for 5 years. That is the constitution. It allows us. The constitution also allows us to picket and protest. And when we protest, what are we protesting for? That is one of the questions that we should ask.
Yes.
You know, we can't go to protest and say that Ruto must go.
Yes.
That one we are lacking focus. Ruto must go.
Okay.
For what reason is this man going home? What changes should be done? These are the questions that we should be asking. If we are saying that we want jobs as youths, how many jobs can youths get, and how are they going to get it? Because actually, Joe is saying that Ruto is building some houses, and the people, those who are in the payroll are being charged for that. Sindio, one account I think it's 1,500. I don't know how much.
Do you know the amount of tunamkeka tunaangalia boys za kuhapa ako tu hapa.
Yeah, that tells you a lot. So the Ruto must go thing, it has been how do you say it, like wame grab, like they have grabbed our nini
one time.
No,
the guy has
the guy was nini, they have hijacked our nini.
Because actually, and the Chago is really riding on the Gen Z's moves, and he's just he's using the opportunity to just gain some popularity for himself, because yeye yule mtu mwenye it was a bad deal na akatolewa kwa gava, and now he's mad.
Bitter.
Yeah, I told people that we have already lost that plan,
because he was removed unceremoniously.
Let us regroup, restructure ourselves, and strategize. Because now the vigor that we had initially, we don't have it now. We have lost it. We are being pushed.
True.
We are being pushed to support someone's agenda, and it's gaining, and we are losing lives. The other day they shot someone in the street. Who lost? They shot. They killed Albert. Who lost? It's us, because they continue. They'll pick us and pick us. And another thing, if we stay silent again, they'll be picking us. They'll be picking the vocal ones. Because everyone will be silent. No one knows the other one. if they pick me,
no
one will know they picked me.
Nakuwa na trait fulani that I think a lot of people have. Like I can bet that 90% of people in Kenya, the population, have the trait that I have. In us, ukinibo, nitasema vile nimebo, nitakuwa nimeboeka, whatever, I'll be angry, I'll, you know, act out and blah blah blah. But ukizidi sasa nitatulia. Sasa hapo sasa nitatulia. But ukizidi tena sasa, the thing that I will do itakwambia yenyewe umsee alikuwa build up. Unaona? So that is what Kenyans say wako. Unaona? Yes, tutapick up, tutaprotest, hata the proof that amezidi itakuwa ile time yenyewe watu wanasema chiki atu protest, acha tuache sasa afanye kana dai sasa. Hiyo inamaanisha kuna that hate imefika sasa, it's not now hate now. It's way past the hate.
We are resigned.
But and then hapo sasa ndo vitu zikilipuka.
But for now I feel like we are making it a joke.
He has a chance to turn around.
Yeah, because we are making a
by simple thing, by just stopping this lying that is all about.
Exactly. We can't just stand every day that we are going to protest. The protest is 25th. The protest is Saba.
I imagine that Ruto as a president, that guy has a lot of legit things to launch that hata kaza kuzilaunch sahi hadi 2027. Imagine zitakuwa legit na atazilaunch daily na hata danganya. For real. Because he's the president and anaweza sema tu MC bicheke wewe build hiyo kitu atu si launch. MP we build tu si launch. Exactly. Mimi ndo nakuja kuzilaunch. Legit vitu zenye ziko legit. Sisi vitu zenye anaenda alafu ana launch and then it's close by Kesho.
For now, Joy asked me if I supported Chilo, but I told her I don't support anyone. But I said that I'm against the demolition of that
market.
That market and the other market. Then what if the governor builds that market before that 2027?
Can he?
There's a possibility. A lot of money is in the county. The county was given a
no, but I feel like Similquans get that World Bank whatever. It's supposed to be getting building whatever they need.
If they delay and they want some boats, you can do it. The other market over there, you can do it there.
Okay, I feel like I don't think that. Okay, this is just what I think. Maybe it's not. I don't think the governor angezenda tu atoe watu pale na pia atoe pale afu ati anataka kujijengea nyumba fulani. Hata kwenye mwenyewe akili yake anajuzuri manzi hii itanyang'anya votes vibaya sana. So I tend to think that it's some World Bank thing kama some venue market tunasemanga that it's something to do with the whole place was public public land that was meant for a stadium. So I tend to think that way.
So in your own
just think I don't even have facts. You see factual by
actually we all don't have facts.
Stadium inaweza pale in your in your right.
In my view umeona sia stadium. Bro nilienda siasa tu niliona place inaitwa ile ilikuwa Nduru Stadium in Siaya. Kama vile sasa awendo stadium in Migori County. Nduru Stadium in Siaya County utashangaa.
Actually no, but
it's place yenye unaona sasa anilo venye nakwaga. So it's like times 2 worse ni place yenye watu ndo wanakwaga na they go and keep livestock there blah blah. After there's this gate kadogo tu ya mbao yenye imebreak hapo na imeandikwa hapo hivyo Nduru Stadium. And that is it.
But then the size. I'm talking about
the size inakaa tu hivyo kama ile soko. The size inakaa hivyo.
Okay, so sinaona. So actually that
size unaona we not talking about Migori Stadium.
Anaweza shoot mpira pale.
No, but
yeah. We're not talking about we're not talking about the big stadium in Migori. I feel like your space in Kopale but then it's like a 2 square stadium, a small one now.
No, but why were those people not compensated?
Which one? The people who are there. Man, I don't know I don't have the answers to these questions, bro.
Okay, I think that is one of the things that they should do first.
Let me check.
How much Vichekesho? Because Vichekesho to me how much?
See 23.
You see? Tomorrow.
It's okay.
Kwa namba
yangu.
Sawa. Nimekuja kukuambia.
It's okay.
Kama imeharibu.
So You see, these are the issues that you should be rectifying before 2027 election. Let's still do that.
I feel like for real, mimi sipendi argue on anything that I don't have facts on. So I can't really base my fact on, like I'm telling you for a fact that if I was affected directly, and it's a bad reasoning, I know. I should not be like just knowing things because it affects me now and now. No, it's a bad thing to do. But I just do it because I don't know. I'm not a good person though, so I'll say that too. So
actually we need to get our facts right actually.
Yeah, I'm just saying that man pale. Ningekuwa najua everything about venue place imebomolewa, nani anataka nini ningekuwa na facts sahi. But you mean so now nilikuwa naishi Jaba estate. Jaba estate haikuwa abomolisha haikubomolewa, haikuwa demolished, unaona? But wali to promise what they demolish the whole thing. So nikaona acha ni left tu niende base nikapata a good place. Jaba iko hapo nyuma ya Kadera.
But actually for
hizo estates ndogo ndio inaitwa Jaba.
Where people walk like zombies. But for now,
safest estate in Awendo, safest.
For now I think we should allow these leaders to do their work.
And then when 2027 comes.
No, but doing that job.
But doing while they're doing it, lazima tuambie yo hapo naribu manza.
That must be there. I don't expect that things will just be smooth without demonstrate, that people will not demonstrate. The doctors will demonstrate, the teachers will demonstrate.
Yeah, but
people
mimi
demonstrate.
I'd like to acha tu
let us not just conform to this thing like Ruto must go thing. Like Kimunya must go. Yeah, Kimunya went those times.
Do you think Ruto sahi anaweza spend 1 million sahi ku launch kujenga tu vitu zingine per day? He can afford it. Because in the bank I know Ruto has billions of money sahi. 1 million this year. Tuseme like just someone who is just smart, runner. It may be stupid at the same time. Sema prezo aseme tu say that do you know what I'll do? Nataka niibe. Yes, nataka niibe tena vibaya sana. But I'll make sure that if I steal, one thing that I make sure I do is that every day I want to spend 1 million in launching something or in creating something or in building something. 1 million tu peke yake. Because you understand kuna roads, kuna whatever, kuna education, kuna nini, kuna everything. Anataka tu ake mita moja kwa hizi sectors zote daily. Aki launch road fulani pale, there's only 1 million anaikaga place fulani tu ya hii ni because there's some small problems that 1 million can solve a day. And then kuna problems like the big ones kama electricity, roads, housing that now hizo sasa like there are billion projects and sasa una million moja hizi fanya shit. Hizo ni mabilioni kuendelea which he cannot spend a day. But with a million bob anaweza kujalea sema I'll be spending 1 million. Every constituency in Kenya itakuwa napata 1 million daily ya kufanya hii na hii. I think he can afford it.
That one can happen.
But because kama kuiba wanaiba 40 billion.
Ruto himself is a problem, Simba. Is the president, CEO. But why must we only look at Ruto and forget our local leaders? Because it starts with there.
Si ndio maana nimekwambia whoever is selling the hate for Ruto is really doing a good job. Because man, people hate the guy.
Yeah. Because
imeuzwa yani hiyo sera yani imeuzwa. Unajua ni kama kuuza sera.
Yeah.
Mwenye anauza hiyo shit ya ku hate Ruto
is doing a good advertisement by the way. But again,
a good one.
The other day I told you about the NGC CDF bank. And I told you how much is it? A big amount.
Yeah.
Na ulitupea nini ukasema siji choo inaweza tengenezwa na siji 90,000. Adi baby he said 90,000. I said how many toilets can be built in this county?
721.
These are the issues that I think we should start locally.
We better wind up on this political issue, man.
Yeah, locally then I think then we should speak of the president because he has done his job. We have 5 years. The local leaders, we should, because if we don't speak of the local leaders, then who present us of the parliament is the member of parliament. The issues cannot pass if the house, how do you call it? The legislatures.
What?
The legislatures, they don't pass these bills.
Okay.
You see, that is one thing that we need to accept. So we start from here, then we move there.
Okay.
Before we say root of
we start from the local government to make sure that it is eco-fit, and then we go to the.
Exactly.
But you must understand that the national government affects the county government.
But now
how ndo
exactly. But now
tunachukua do yetu tunawapelekea alafu wana decide.
But now I've told you the treasury told us that all money has already been disbursed to the counties and to the
but you also need to realize that they act with as much leeway as the main government gives them. Okay.
Actually, the money.
So wamepewa, sindio? And if there is no one to hold them accountable that you've not done this, you've not done that, are they going to do it? No. They're going to take what they can and then leave it. And if you haven't realized, what happens in this country is, leaders come in the first year, the second year, the third year, wanakula, and then when we are nearing elections, kazi sasa inaanza, so that they can go into. So we complain, and then when they start doing it, when we go to elections, at least ogero ametujengea. So we give them. We are the problem. They are also actually all of us are the problem.
But I think now I think we should strategize as the people. They have already outsmarted us. The leaders have already
they have.
And I think they have already taken this. They have conformed to the idea that or to our yellings. Unaona, wameshazoea. So I think saizi tunafaa
live nione venye iko dark.
Right, so
KPLC.
All right. Thank you for having this with us.
I think next time.
Your final remarks kwa giza bana. Tumejua KPLC na Wednesday sijuangi ni nini.
Final remark. We should be aware of everything that happens around us, be it social, be it political, be it religious. We need to be able to talk about things without just conforming to someone else's idea. We also need to have our own ideas, what we believe in. Yeah.
Nice, Ajuma.
I love words, but
you love words, but
our brains
just to echo.
Our brains seek safety, but our spirits demand change. Yeah.
Nice. So that is it. Africa.
Yeah.
The last remarks.
Thank you for having us. We'll always talk politics. Bye.
And see you next week for more what? More fire.
Tutafute hiyo whatever. Tutafute hiyo jina by the. Tutafute jina mpya ya pod. Hiyo Jaba pod haiwezi.
So that
at least
hebu tusuggestie ingine je. She caught him cheating and she apologized. Hiyo sasa those are the women we want. But this soon kupata. Acha nijifanye msikasi ya kupata. Tutane home.
Sijaona tupatane mtu.
Those are the kind. Hao ndo naishi.
Wanasema
hata mama zetu wanatuambia bro kuishi ni kuvumilia.
By the way,
kuvumilia mwanaume unajua lazima mwanaume.
Vile nimejijua sisi. Kwanza kwa in relationship I think
mwanaume afai avumilie.
For me,
mwanamke yes sasa.
Acha watu wenu wavumilie.